Moving on to the LSU Tigers, the female LSU Tigers. Kim Mulkey's basketball team caused a stir Monday night prior to their Elite Eight matchup against Caitlin Clark in Iowa. The Lady Tigers did not appear on the court for the pregame national anthem. Well, needless to say, that was going to get a few folks up in a tizzy, including Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, who took notice and sent a tweet on X that raised a few eyebrows. Let's look at this tweet here. It is time that all college boards, including Regent, put a policy in place that student athletes be present for the national anthem or risk their athletic scholarship. This is a matter of respect that all collegiate coaches should instill. I know that y'all would love for me to summarily dismiss what he's saying. Because after all, when we see what happened to Colin Kaepernick and how he has been blackballed, and we all know he has been blackballed, it's a bit problematic. True. And when you see that he's a Republican and you know what conservative and Republican politicians' positions are when it comes to such matters, because all of a sudden they're cloaked in patriotism and they're more patriotic than anybody else on the planet, of course, okay? He's feeding into that frenzy, capitulating to his constituents, no doubt to curry favor and ultimately votes. This is what they do. I'm talking about folks on both sides of the aisle. This is what they do. And when it comes to this particular issue, I have no doubt, that Governor Landry is doing the same thing. But it doesn't mean he's completely off kilter with his suggestion. He wants the LSU Board of Regents to create a policy mandating student athletes be present for the pregame national anthem or risk losing their scholarship. Back in, from my understanding, you were always required to be there. And if you remember, the reason why we were so gung-ho in supporting Colin Kaepernick is because the NFL had no hard and finite policy demanding that he be present and that he stand for the national anthem. So him taking a knee, he was in violation of no policy. The NBA strongly suggested it, but didn't demand it, but people locked arms and what have you. Why did they do all of that? Because you do have tens of millions of Americans who are very patriotic when it comes to such issues and do believe standing for the national anthem and putting your hand on your heart, or standing respectfully while the national anthem is being played. And so we can dismiss this governor all we want to, but there's no way he would have opened his mouth and said what he said and employed other universities to take this stance in this position if he did not know he would not have overwhelming support for his position, which means you've got a whole bunch of people who feel the way that he does, whether we like it or not. And since they're usually paying customers, you might want to pay attention to what they feel, if indeed you want to keep your scholarship or you're an institution that wants to be patronized by that audience. For her part, Mulkey insisted, quote, nothing was intentional and the team was going through their normal routine. That's a weak-ass excuse on her part, personally. What do you mean they were going through their routine? You've been around long enough. She's been coaching college basketball for 20 years. She knows when the national anthem is being played. That's a poor excuse on her part, which is separate and apart from what I said about the governor. She did add that she did not know when the anthem was being played. I don't believe that for 1 second. I think that's a flat-out lie. It's a flat-out lie. You're a coach, you know when the national anthem is being played. Stop that.